Hey family, thanks so much for joining me. So I wanted to make another video for you about this concept, and I didn't really get to flesh it out too much, but it is related to astrology and um, ego death, rebirth, um, and trauma and things like that. Um, and in the other video, I was getting onto Mark Jones talking about trauma, different types of trauma, as helping um, people to develop um, faith. And it's something that, like I said, it's not a new concept for us. We've been doing it. We had to from little bitty kids, knowing because the experiences that we had. And so we are able to use that, and we were able to grow in a lot of ways because of that spiritually. But one of the things that I was also getting to was this developing this hunger. And I was talking with people about it recently because it's an important thing for us to think about, that for a lot of kids, like, they grow up in homes now where everything is at their fingertips. They can have it whenever they want to, as fast as they want to. They don't have to wait, so there's no delayed gratification. There's none of that. And a lot of kids, because of that, they take a lot of things for granted, and they don't appreciate a lot of things. And then, their parents are saying they don't understand, and I understand that because parents went through the experience, and they're saying, well, why don't they get it? I told them about my experience, but hearing a story about the experience is not the same for a lot of people. It's going through the experience, because there's this thing, that we think about, like intuition. And if we discuss twin flames and things like that, then we know that twin flames can feel other people's pain very intensely. And because of that, some of us, I'm gonna say some of us, because that's not my experience. I don't need to experience anyone's pain to know that they're suffering. Like, I don't need this special, um, I don't need to feel pain to know if someone else is going through an experience that they feel pain. I feel the pain because of my intuition, if it makes sense. And some people need to know what that's like, or else they don't know. They don't, they can't really get close to it. They can't really get the benefit of anyone else's experiences. They don't get it. It does not sink in to them. So it's hard for them to know someone else's pain or experience what someone else is experiencing, because whatever it takes, they don't have that. Whether it's intuition or whatever it is, they don't have that, the thing. So for a lot of the kids, and a lot of them, I would say, probably think they're twin flames, and they're not, unfortunately. But it doesn't mean that it isn't available to many, many people. And that, who knows, they could be later, could could be twin flames later on. But so, going through those experiences, knowing, like, feeling people's pain intensely, I could say in my experience that I I have all my life. And having experience people's pain, I know I don't want to inflict pain, but I also know, even if I didn't experience the pain, I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to be hurt. I don't think it's right to hurt people and all that. But going back to creating this hunger. A lot of kids just don't like, but when their parents say you should really appreciate it, why would they? How could they? Because for a lot of them, they haven't really done without. They haven't struggled. They haven't suffered. They haven't went through anything to know what it's like to suffer. Um, and there are some people who feel no mercy and no remorse and no sadness, and they don't feel anything at all. They don't care what you go through. They can't experience it. They don't experience it. And until they suffer and struggle, they really don't change, a lot of them. They don't have that, whatever it is, empathy thing to feel other people's pain, you know, so that they don't inflict pain upon others. So the same thing I would say with the hunger, that if they never did without, they never struggled, if they never went through it, then why would they care? Because they have everything. Why would they want to work, go out and work and get something great? Because they're satisfied with what they have in their house right now. Growing up, a lot of us were not, didn't have what we needed even, sometimes. And it developed this thing in us, this hunger to go out and get more, to do more, to have more, to build more, because we're saying there's no way, we never going back there, and we never experiencing that no more. We never suffering like that no more. We never doing it no more. And so that's the reason why we developed that, and that's, it pushes us to do stuff like that. But a lot of the kids don't have that experience. Not suffering, not struggling, not doing without, not having to use their imagination, because everything is at their fingertips. And I think an environment has been created where they don't have to explore stuff, do stuff, use their brains, use their concentration, attention, and all that. And I think, unfortunately, that, yeah, it put them and us at a disadvantage. And I think we all need it to be, yeah, we need things to change, but developing that hunger. So I think a lot of people need to think about, focus on how can they do that with their kids, with their relatives, with their loved ones, or, their students or whoever, so that they know that it's valuable to know how to do certain things, to have certain knowledge and information, so that they could actually do something that can help themselves. Because it can be a really, really bad thing if they don't understand the importance of them working for things and valuing things and stuff like that. Now some do. I cannot say 100%, excuse me, that no one does, but I can say that a lot of them don't, and it's really hurting the world, because they don't appreciate things, because they haven't struggled, because they don't know anything about any of that stuff. So this is what often can cause people to behave badly, because they don't really care about other people, and they don't really want to do anything, work hard or anything. They're okay where they are. They don't see a reason why they should do anything. Nothing means anything, it seems. So yeah, this is important, I would say, something to think about. Again, parents, teachers, professors, bosses, it's important, I would say, to help these people to develop the hunger, so that they could really want to do something in the world. But it's sort of like there are systems in place that may not want them to. I'm gonna put it like that. But connecting it to the astrology thing, that maybe the the experiences with the planets, the if we think about this in astrology, say Mercury is in retrograde, then that creates the experience where there's communication issues. If there's tech issues, oh my goodness, what are people going to do if the internet is not working right? Oh no. Then lights out, whatever. It could be technology, it could be travel is interfered with, it could be communication, but whatever it is, then the person is left, they have to do without. So that means they got to get creative and do something else besides get on people's nerves. So that means maybe they sit down, they read a book, they write, they actually talk to another human, interact, they help, they care for people. So it's just different experience. And I think it's interesting that it's happening. But I just wanted to put that video out there because I think it's important. But looking at the way that the planets are functioning in helping people possibly develop, you know, Mark Jones was talking about that, the building faith and things like that. But in addition to that, what I'm saying is that can help to develop that hunger, the desire for something more, because they've struggled through. Even one experience could have a huge impact on a person. So I'm hoping that that's how they can function, to be able to develop this desire, this hunger in people, so that they want to work, they want to achieve something, they want to do something. Something is really important to them, and it seems like for a lot of people they have to lose something in order to, really appreciate it, or to go without it temporarily, I would say, as in, like, technology is gone, or, the phone is gone, internet is off, or whatever, then they got to rely on something else. So I think it's important for them to have the experiences so that they can really appreciate things and really develop this desire to want to have something better, something more. But it takes something, because for a lot of people, what we're seeing is that they could be friends with AI. They could be friends with a robot. They could have a robot girlfriend or an AI girlfriend. They don't have to have a human, and it's really, it's too far. So I think it's important for them to be pushed to not take the easy way out, and to actually develop their skills, to interact with other humans. I think it's important. And now I'm not saying that they need to get along with every single person, because that's not, it's probably not going to happen. A lot of people are pretty bad, difficult to get along with and things, but not, to be a human being, to have interaction. It's important to be able to do it. So I think it's important, and I think that the planets can help us to get there. Alright, so I'm really going to stop the video for now. Thank you again for joining me. Looking forward to talking to you in another video coming up soon. Alright, love y'all. As always, happy lightning fast manifesting, and I'll talk to y'all soon.